LEGO Worlds is an incredible game. It's like having an endless bucket of Legos. You can build a huge castle or a small house in the clouds. Learn how to design and create your own world with me in this tutorial series. Become a master designer/builder. In this series, you'll learn how to design and build many different architectural styles. We'll cover lighting, furnishing, and decorating, interior and exterior spaces. We'll build castles, dungeons, bridges, skyscrapers, and even a spaceship. So get your game ready and follow along. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Designing and Building in LEGO Worlds. I'm Brandon, this is Max. In today's episode, we are going to continue working on this incredible hotel for the viewers. In this episode, we're going to focus on the entryway right here and also on the parking garage and the road that's going to lead in front of the hotel. If you guys are new to this series, then we want to get you caught up a little bit here. We've been building this hotel for at least the last 9 or so episodes, and we've done quite a bit, so we're going to go ahead and give you a mini tour so we can get you caught up to speed on what we've done so far and what we have planned for the future. So let's start right in here with the front desk. So when you walk in the front of the hotel, there's going to be some doors right here, but immediately you will walk into the front desk, and this is where you can get a room, or you can order something for your room, or whatever you want to do. We've got the farmer guy hanging out right here. Something's pretty funny apparently. So this is the main lobby, and there are a bunch of places where you can hang out and sit, and you can look up at the beautiful ceiling with all of these incredible lights here. It's really, really pretty at night. And if you're feeling hungry, you can head into the saloon. Now, this is a Western themed restaurant here in the lobby, and it's pretty awesome. Apparently they have the best steak in Ivory City. But out here, we're going to have a large courtyard with a pool right back here, and then a little path that's going to lead down to the beach, and we're also going to have some kind of a deck out here as well, so you can hang out on the water or the beach if you'd like. Let's keep going this way. This is another seating area in the hotel where you can relax and look up at these incredible ceilings, or you can just look out the windows and enjoy the view, or you can hang out with a horse. Down here we're going to have some retail space, so probably a clothing store and maybe a shop where you can buy some groceries. And then right up here is the gym. So in order to get to the gym, you just need to go up this really cool spiral staircase right here. So this is the gym right here. There's a cardio area, and then there's a weight area, and there's a little balcony right here where you can just kind of stand and look down at the incredible lobby, and it's quite awesome. So you can come over here to the snack bar and you can fuel yourself up with some protein. You can get a sandwich or a protein shake, and you can sit down and have a pretzel, and then you can come over here and you can have a cardio workout, and it's nice and cool. There's plenty of air conditioning and fans in there, and we have this big screen television here for some cardio video. And then right over here is the free weights area, so you can work on your biceps and triceps and quadriceps. If we go back down into the main lobby, that's the shortcut there. If we go back down here, we can go up one of these 2 staircases on either side here, and we can get up to the first level of units. Now there are stairs that go up the entire building onto every single floor. So let's keep going up, and what's nice about this staircase here is there are windows that go all the way up. So the whole way that you're climbing the staircase, you can see out the back of the building, and it's a beautiful, beautiful view. Okay, so on each of these floors here, we have a main lobby on either side, and each lobby has a seating area. We've got about 40 of these units so far, but the demand to live in Ivory City has outpaced the size of the buildings, so we're going to have to either build another building or expand onto this one. Let's head up to the next floor. So this one is identical to the lower floor, but on this one we have a patio that's built out up here with some patio furniture, and you can see the rest of the city if you go to the edge here. Quite a beautiful view. So if you're living in one of these units, you can come out here in the morning and have your Lego coffee and your Lego croissant, and you can enjoy Ivory City. So let's take a look at one of the typical units. So if you go inside to a unit here, you can see that there is a seating area with a television, and then there's a kitchen right over here with another seating area and a little table where you can have your dinner. We've got a full kitchen here with a refrigerator and a sink and a stove. Got some decoration, and then there's a wardrobe in the bedroom and another seating area, a bed, a nightstand, and then a beautiful bathroom. So each unit is fully furnished and ready to be moved into. This is the very top of the building, and we're going to do something pretty cool up here once we fill in the roof. We're going to build a greenhouse, and that was suggested by one of you guys, and we love the idea. So we're going to build a giant greenhouse and a rooftop garden at the very top of the hotel here. All right, Max, now that we've gone on this really cool tour of the building, and we've got a sheriff friend here. Hey, Sheriff, how's it going, buddy? We are going to jump down to the bottom of the building, and we are going to get started building. The first thing that we want to do is continue this road here so that it goes in front of the hotel, and then we're going to figure out where it should go underneath the ground for the parking garage. This will be our entrance to the parking garage, so we're going to cut a hole right in here so that if you're driving down from the main part of Ivory City, you can just keep going down, and then there will be a ramp here to go down into the garage. Or you can turn off this way and head in the other direction past the police station and the fire station. So let's go ahead and use our remove tool, and we will cut a hole for the parking garage. Now we're clearing out an extra large space. We don't need to use all of it. We just want to have plenty of breathing room. It's really hard to build on the interior of small spaces in LEGO Worlds, so we're going to give ourselves a lot of extra room. Max has cleared out a huge space for the parking garage. Now we need space to park 40 cars, so hopefully this will be enough space to do that. Looks like it will be, but if we end up needing more space, we can always create another level below this level with another ramp. The next thing that we're going to do is build a ramp with these sloped bricks so that you can get from this part of the road all the way down inside the garage. Looks like we're going to have to cut this hole a little bit wider at the top here because these slopes don't go down quite as steeply as we thought they would. But that's okay, that's an easy fix. For now, we're going to continue building the ramp. To get a steeper ramp, we could have used the 1x2 slope, and we have used that before, but I think it was just a little bit too steep the time that we used it. This is almost as steep as it should get when you're building ramps. Even though the ramp is a little bit longer than we thought it would be, we are going to continue using the 2x3 slope. So earlier we called this the 2x3 slope. It's the 2x4 slope. So now we're going to use the 1x4 brick, and we're going to build a wall along the edge of the ramp. We're using the 1x4 masonry brick in black just because it looks really cool. Now that the ramp is completed and we have this cool wall here along the side, we're going to go back up here and we're going to clear out some more of these bricks so that a car will be able to make it down this without getting stuck. Alright Max, that's looking pretty good as a cutout. We're going to add a lot of cool details to this because, you know, it's kind of boring the way it is and we want this to be beautiful even though it's a parking garage. Max agrees. Why don't we hop in a car really quick and just make sure that we can actually drive down this ramp and not hit this ceiling here. First of all, let's go ahead and spin this guy so that it's morning time and we can actually see something, even though Ivory City is beautiful at night. Max is going to borrow Sheila's pink Cadillac, and he's going to make sure that we can actually drive down this ramp. You guys, Max looks pretty cool in the pink Cadillac. Look at it. I forgot how you honk the horn. It's the, oh yeah, the up arrow. Okay, let's get into Max's point of view here, and let's see if we can. Let's not do that. Let's just watch him drive from outside the car, and let's go ahead and drive down. Not too fast, Max. Not too fast. Oh, you guys, it totally works. Oh yeah. Okay, that's awesome, and there is plenty of room to do some wheelies down here. You guys, this is awesome. Yay, we got plenty of room to park cars. Woohoo! Don't wreck Sheila's car, Max. Jeez. Now the ultimate test. Let's see if we can actually get back up the ramp. Okay, let's see. If we just turn gently here. Because this Cadillac actually has a really bad turning radius. I drive a little Fiat, and my car has the best turning radius in the world because it's so teeny. Okay, let's see. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yes, there we go. It works. Okay. Okay, Max, don't go too crazy with it. Hop out of the car, buddy. Okay, so before we go any further on the parking garage, we just want to figure out what our main entrance is doing. Because the ramp goes down underneath the main entrance, but we need to figure out what's happening up in here. I have a pretty good idea of what I want to do. I want to make the main entrance pretty grand with some big, beautiful doors, but I also want to build a really cool covered awning that will extend. It'll go right up here. It'll start up here and then it'll extend out to the front of the hotel here. So there'll be kind of a covered entry. And we want to create some patterns we want to create some shadow play. And this game has the coolest lighting effects, and the sun moves across the sky, so you can do a lot of cool things with shadow play. And now shadow play means that you create a structure that does different things on the ground depending on where the sun is located. So you can see this shadow right here on the ground. That's from the building, and that's because the sun is moving across the sky. So we're going to create a lattice structure right up here. And that way, when the sun moves across the sky, it's going to create some cool patterns on the ground here, depending on what time of day it is. But before we do that, we're going to get started by laying the base plates of the main entry here. We're using the 16 by 16 plate in white. We're going to go ahead and turn on overlap because this level of bricks needs to be just one level lower than this level so that the floor can be uniform across the surface. All right, let's go ahead and look at what our options are for doors. So we're going to use the town hall doors now, partly because they fit our theme really well. They have green and they have that dark gray color and even gold, but also because we can center them on the openings here. The other door we were going to use was the bank or the grand door, but the grand doors we can't center on the opening here, and that would drive me a little bit crazy. So instead we're going to use the town hall doors because we can center them and because they also fit the look of our hotel very well. So we're going to put one here, and then we're also going to put one in the center of the columns on the sides here. Well, I spoke too soon. These doors can't be centered on the columns, but they can be centered on the green stripes here on the floor. So that's fine. As long as they are centered on something, that's all that matters. Now you might be wondering why I'm building a door without a wall, but sometimes it's easier to put in the doors and windows before you've built the entire wall, because that way it helps you plan the rest of the wall. Let's go ahead and open up this door and see what it looks like. Ready, Max? Okay, let's see. Oh, big doors, big doors. Oh, yes. These are perfect. Okay, let's go inside here and let's close the doors. Oh, yes, that's perfect. You guys, these doors are beautiful and they match the hotel lobby perfectly. So we're actually going to have to move these doors up one level because we placed them here on this level, but if we try to place a brick here, the doors break. So we just need to move them up just a little bit. We're not entirely sure what we want to do with the front just yet. We're going to kind of let the design figure itself out as we work, but we do know that we want to build some walls in here to cover up the columns on the front of the building. So we're going to go ahead and start with the 2x6 brick. Now we built these tops of the columns out just a little bit too far because we want this section here to be flush with the wall. So instead of having to remove those bricks individually or even use the remove tool, there's an easier way to do that. We can turn overlap on. We can figure out where we want to build the wall, and we can click and drag upwards, and that will automatically replace these glowing bricks up here with the non-glowing ones. Now we just noticed that there is a space now between the wall and the columns, and we don't want there to be a space here. So we're going to move this brick backwards here, and we're going to cut through the column right here so we can get rid of that gap. It didn't quite remove all these bricks when we were pulling this 2x6 brick up through the building, but that's okay because we can just remove these extra bricks manually. At least now we do not have a space between the columns and the wall, and it looks really, really nice. We're going to leave these bricks here. We're not going to remove them because if you look down here, our door is one more stud out from this part of the wall. So we still need to come out one more brick, and that way these bricks can remain here because then they will butt up against the edge of the wall. Remember, instead of doing this manually, you can also use the add or remove tool, and if you line it up properly, you can use that to remove extra bricks. Just be sure it doesn't take any chunks out of your building. Now let's use the remove tool and let's remove this section of the railing here. So we really like the look of those columns on the rest of the building, so we're going to go ahead and continue that look across the front of the building. And we're going to change it up a little bit in different ways, but we like how those look, so we're just going to copy and paste those across the front. Now we're going to use the 1x2 grooved brick, and since we need to bring this wall out one more brick, we think this will create some nice interest instead of just a plain 1x2 brick. So we're going to place this on either side of the columns, and it will line up with these slopes here, and it will come all the way down the front of the building. let's go ahead and fill in the missing pieces right up here along the railing. Remember that as long as you have overlap turned off, you can simply click and drag even through existing bricks if you need to drag bricks along the same line, and it's not going to do any damage to the bricks that are already there. Alright guys, that's about all the time we have in this episode. I wish we had more time. But it's okay, because we're making a lot of progress, and we've done a lot. We worked on the parking garage. We got a nice hole dug. We built the ramp. We tested it out and made sure that the Cadillac can fit down through there. So that's great. And then we also worked on the front entrance of the hotel. And it's looking pretty incredible, you guys. This is just so beautiful. There's so much detail. I think Lego structures, Lego buildings are much cooler when there's a lot of detail and a lot of cool things to see. So we're going to continue adding details and making it even cooler in future episodes. And the next episode, we will start to work on the awning that I talked about earlier, and we'll hopefully get that finished, and then hopefully we'll get most of the parking garage finished as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Max hopes you enjoyed it too. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to follow Max's amazing adventures in designing and building in LEGO Worlds, then please subscribe to the channel. Thanks guys, bye-bye.